Hey everyone, my name is Garrett Margut. I am the CEO and co-founder of Directive Consulting, and today we're going to talk to you about some very important metrics, or what we call KPIs, key performance indicators. And what we're going to want to look at is what B2B marketing KPIs are most important for your business. We always are getting these questions from clients. How do you qualify a conversion? What do you consider a conversion? So today we're going to talk about what these metrics mean, and then which ones we care about most here at Directive Consulting. Today we're going to cover three categories of B2B marketing KPIs. The first category is overall KPIs. The second category is organic KPIs or SEO KPIs. And the third category is pay-per-click or advertising KPIs. Let's dive in. When it comes to overall KPIs, we care about three things here at Directive Consulting. And we think these are three things that most B2B marketers should care about. The first one is opportunities. The second one we call customer cash. And the third one is conversions. We care a lot about opportunities here at Directive Consulting. In fact, we spent over 6 months developing our own closed-loop analytics system built on MySQL that plugs right into Data Studio, so we can see the health of every one of our clients in one snapshot. But then also, we can base our advertising and our search engine optimization and all of our marketing efforts on opportunities. You see, a lot of our competition in our whole industry, in fact, and many in-house marketers are still relying on conversions to determine if their campaigns are succeeding or not. And while conversions are one of the three metrics we really care about, they're not more important than opportunities. You see, opportunities are conversions that sales have accepted. These are opportunities that you've actually have proposals with. These are people that you're hoping and planning on closing that are part of your sales CRM. So if you're in marketing, it's your critical and I think most important metric to focus on should be opportunities. And if you don't have a system today to track your opportunities and the channel they came from, then we'd love to chat with you and help introduce you to our closed loop analytics system so you can start really depicting the value of your campaigns and not just aligning yourself on the marketing side, but aligning yourself also with sales so that the whole organization can truly appreciate the value you create. And it's important because at Directive, we want to be able to communicate the value we create for the client. The next metric we care about so much here is customer cash. Now, a lot of times, customer cash is a metric which most marketing people wouldn't consider. So we consider the metric customer cash as defined as the money you make or lose from your existing portfolio. So every month we measure if a client leaves us, how much money they left in their monthly contract, or if we get a new client from a referral or an upsell, that money that we gained. What it lets us do is see how our actual business, our people and our customers who are paying us, are driving or taking away from our growth. And I think this is a really important one for B2B marketers to focus on, because if you're not thinking about retention as part of your marketing campaigns as a B2B organization, then I don't think you're necessarily focusing on what is oftentimes the biggest driver of revenue growth, which is retention, upsells, and referrals. And so I think as marketers, we really want to focus on our customer cash, and it's a critical metric for the business. Lastly, not all marketers in the B2B space have a full marketing CRM or a really robust sales CRM that they can actually track opportunities with. So if that's the case, we do want to really focus on conversions. And frankly, conversions are still an important metric to track. I just wouldn't call them the holy grail. Like, we want to get past conversions into opportunities. But if you are tracking conversions, it is a really nice way to see how many form fills you've gotten and from what channels, how many phone calls were made and from what channels, how many people chatted with you. So you're going to want to be able to track your bottom of the funnel conversions, but then maybe also the top of funnel conversions. These are people who subscribed to your newsletter. These are people that joined a webinar. These are conversions and things that you've had marketing interactions with. But it's very important that we distinguish top of funnel and middle of funnel conversions from bottom of funnel conversions, because it can be misleading to report on all these conversions if those conversions aren't bottom of funnel. So let's make sure that we segment them and label them properly so we're accurately depicting the value we create as marketers. Let's dive into our organic KPIs. So what do we care most when working with B2B companies when it comes to organic KPIs? We care about organic traffic cost, keywords in the top 5, and referring domains. Now, there's other basic KPIs like just overall organic traffic. But what I'm trying to look at here is things that are a little less obvious in your Google Analytics that you could be tracking through third parties. So organic traffic value is a metric by SEMrush. And what it does is it takes your estimated click-through rate for the position you rank for a keyword, plus the average cost per click, and then calculates how much you would have to pay for that keyword if you didn't rank organically and wanted to drive the same amount of traffic from a pay-per-click ad. This is a critical metric to look at because I think as SEOs, we can often be devalued compared to advertising in other channels, which are easily trackable to say, here's how much a keyword's worth. It'll actually start to put SEO on a similar playing field, and you can start to compare also yourself to your competition as a comparative metric from where you're at today. The next metric we want to focus on is keywords in the top 5. Now we know that the lion's share of clicks from an organic results page come from results in the top 5. So it's really important that we're not just reporting on all keyword rankings, because not all keyword rankings are created equal. They're just not the same. And the reality is keyword rankings in the first place shouldn't be your number one metric, right? It's still opportunities, customer cache, and conversions. But as an SEO specific recommendation, keywords in the top 5 are at least leading indicators of here's keywords that could potentially drive serious business results because the click-through rate, the search volume, and the brand fit are on point. Lastly, we want to talk about referring domains. We know that there's 3 core drivers to SEO success. 1 is having a technical foundation. 2 is having the best information within your vertical. And 3 is being the most authoritative in your vertical. So it's technical SEO, content marketing, and digital PR. Now we want to be tracking as an SEO agency how many referring domains we're building for our clients. How many net new links are we gathering that are authoritative and relevant? This is a really critical metric, and to measure this, we use a bunch of different tools. There's Majestic, who has a very large index. There's Moz with a smaller link index that's very focused. And then there's Ahrefs, which has also a large and quality index. So you can use any of these 3 tools to track your referring domains. We actually pay for the APIs from all of these and bring these right into our data studio. So if you're interested in measuring organic traffic value, keywords in the top 5, referring domains, our analytics system is a great fit, and it can actually draw correlations between as you increase referring domains, what happened to your opportunities, and you can start to see the correlations between building links, organic traffic value, keywords in the top 5, and opportunities to then make a case of value as an SEO. Lastly, we're going to dive into our advertising KPIs or pay-per-click KPIs. Now there's going to be 3 that we care about. First and foremost is our cost per acquisition. Next is our conversion rate. And lastly is search impression share. All 3 KPIs are critical for B2B marketers to understand. The reason we like cost per acquisition is it allows all of our different channels and mediums to be put on a level playing field and say how much does it cost us to acquire a conversion. Now I want to drop a very important caveat here. We see vast differences between cost per conversions and cost per opportunities, which is once again why we spent so much time and money building a closed loop analytics system, because we've seen $20 differences in cost per conversions, but $1,000 differences in cost per opportunities. So it's critical we can see which channels are driving those opportunities and then compare those. So looking at cost per opportunity and cost per acquisition so we can properly allocate time, resources, and budget. Next, we want to look at our conversion rate. Conversion rate can be an indicator and a sign as to where we need to focus more of our efforts. So if you have one keyword that's converting exponentially higher than others, it's time that we start to ask ourselves, is that because we have a better answer for this search intent? Is this because how our product or service is positioned? Is this because our landing pages? And conversion rates allow us as pay-per-click advertisers and conversion rate optimizers to start to look at what levers we can push or pull that are going to drastically affect the conversions we're generating and ideally the opportunities that are being created. Lastly, what we really care about is also search impression share. It's critical that we are showing our ads to the right people as often as possible if we're driving revenue. So if you see your cost per opportunity makes sense, if you like your conversion rate, it's very important that we look at our search impression share to make sure that we're actually showing these ads as often as possible and we have our right budgets in place. Or maybe sometimes you're showing some ads way too often because they have a much higher cost per opportunity than others, which means we need to reallocate spend. Search impression share should be aligned with cost per opportunity, so you're spending money where you're also making the most. And as simple as it sounds, it's an area that's often overlooked. In closing, there's 9 B2B marketing KPIs that we care about. It's opportunities created, customer cash, conversions, organic traffic cost, referring domains, keywords in the top 5, cost per acquisition, conversion rate, and search impression share. Now, good luck setting up all your event tracking. If you need help, you know who to reach out to. And if you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment below and please subscribe. Have a great day.